Hello and welcome to Eyewitness Report. I'm Yomi Otaibe. This week's edition of the program focuses on the fire outbreak at the Apongbon-End of Eko Bridge, which resulted in damages to containerized shops and other structures. These and more shortly. Last week, Lagosians woke up to the shock of a fire that consumed goods stored in containerized shops under the Apongbon-End of Eko Bridge, which severely affected the bridge. We followed the lead from Eyewitness Pictures to put together the next report on the incident.
An eyewitness video taken from a vantage position shows a raging inferno under Eko Bridge in Apongbon in the early hours of Wednesday, March the 23rd. At the break of day, it becomes obvious that the fire had got at some makeshift and containerized shops under the bridge, destroying goods. A section of the bridge is badly affected by the heat. Eyewitness says the fire started with a loud explosion.
I ran to one. We just hear doom. As we hear doom, everybody just run up and down inside area. As we just see like this, under bridge, smoke just they come down. All of us, we don't run. Can't come back again. As we come back, now fire everywhere. All our market don't burn. All waiting with the shop, it don't burn. We don't get anything to shop now. We don't really know what caused the fire. I'm paying 100,000 in a month for market. For my shop, 100,000. And they have collected 10 years money from my hand. How am I going to do now? How am I going to survive? No way. Maybe government help me.
Around, I think 2 o'clock in the midnight, I heard a sound. Even my wife even woke me and asked what's going on. By the time I checked my bank wallet, I discovered that there is a small smoke. So I thought it's even small, something that people living around the houses can conquer. Around 4 o'clock, because I went back to my sleep, around 4 o'clock I discovered that the smoke is getting higher. So my dad have to call me from the other flat that we should wake up that the smoke is getting too much so that it won't affect the children. So I have to move them to my grandma in Saleko axis. So by the time I came back, I discovered that so many things is getting worse. The smoke, the fire is increasing, extending to the other side of the under bridge.
As the fire smolders, the Lagos State Fire Service, national and state emergency management agencies, and other first responders are on the ground to salvage the situation.
About 03:14 hours, we received a call to Eko Bridge. We've been here with 4 fire service trucks from Lagos State Fire Service alone, with a lot of chemical, and all our men on ground to fight the fire. And we ensure that we demarcate the portion with fire from the one with no fire to ensure security and safety. Presently, no casualty, no life involved. Situation is under control. We are on top of it.
Initially, it was thought to be a very minor fire incident that could be handled within a few minutes. But when it started, the road had to be blocked. Then traffic build-up led to police alerts. And the Nigerian Police Lagos State Command had to alert. From there, we pick it up and deployed other responders. However, long before this, both federal and state fire service had been on site working. The damping down has started in major area, but pockets of fire are still available in 1 or 2, 3 places. And efforts, about 4 fire trucks are working from different directions to take care of that. Well, as at now, no major injury, though there are cases of extortions here and there, and those people have been taken care of, rescued and taken care of.
While the firefighting is ongoing, some shop owners and residents take advantage of the situation, picking canned products exposed to fire for sale. Wondering what could have caused the explosion from one of the containers, the director of the Lagos State Fire Service explains her findings.
On getting here, we discovered the fire was under the bridge where we have containerized shops. Many of containerized shops. We made the shop on fire. On getting there, the information gathered was there is a particular shop stored with chemical. And we also have the one with petrol. That is what erupted the bridge.
This claim is, however, refuted by residents.
What really happened there? They are not selling much there. I think they are selling bama, butter, and groundnut oil. So I don't believe it's chemical issue. Because if you are talking of chemical, nothing like chemical. But what I discovered that those people selling bakery stuff, they are on the other side of the under bridge. So nothing like chemicals under the bridge.
Let me tell you, that's why I said that no one is expert except God. What God said that is going to happen is going to happen. They are selling goods here more than 50 years, 30 years. There's nothing like this happen.
Every necessary equipment is being deployed by emergency responders. But in carrying out their task, they face some difficulties to get under the bridge, simply because of crowding and the encroachment of other activities going on.
In approaching, in taking care of this place. So we give you powers to please...
The permanent secretary in the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, appeals to the crowd to accord them the ease to do their job.
All your products. We want you to remove all your sales from this place. We want to carry out urgent and immediate reconstructions. I'm appealing to you. Your safety of life and properties is paramount to this administration.
Damages are obvious. To avoid further disaster, the area is cordoned off and the bridge closed to vehicular movement. Echo Bridge is a critical road infrastructure that sits at the heart of the business district of Lagos Island, owned by the federal government but maintained by the Lagos State government. The effect of the fire incident cuts across various sectors at the state and the federal level who are well represented here. They confer on the next line of action. Enraged by the incident, the representative from the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing gives a marching order to occupants under its bridges across the country to vacate.
The inspection of the defects caused by this inferno shall be taken immediately the place cools down. But the most important thing that I must deliver here is that all the occupants under our bridges, particularly in Lagos here for now, we are giving them 7 days to pack away. 7 days to leave. 7 days from today. From today. Counting from today. To move away from under the bridge that they are staying presently. By 31st of March, the task force will swing into action and we will impound on all recalcitrant elements that we find under the bridge shall be forcibly evicted. Not only that, they will be made to pay for the removal of any item that we have to remove. Let me repeat myself and make it clear, lucidly clear. From today till 30th of March, every occupant under our bridges, all our bridges, we have over 20 bridges in Lagos alone, should move. They have been given 7-day ultimatum to move away. After the 7th day, the task force will pound on any recalcitrant element we find under the bridge. If we had not had illegal occupants like this inferno would have been averted. And government cannot be committing these huge resources into maintenance of this bridge. And some unscrupulous elements will continue to draw us back by damaging this infrastructure. So, after today, I'm going to mandate all controllers in all other states to form the same task force, and we are going to exercise the same exercise nationwide.
Others take turns to express their concerns about the incident and how it affects their ministry and agency.
It's a sad day for us as Lagosians. Only last week, the pedestrian bridge along Apongbon-End, a truck, an articulated truck with its boom raised up, pulled out the longitudinal beams, and of course we're still battling with that. We don't even know where that money is going to come from. We were scheduled to have a meeting so that we could map out the cleaning out of the environment for some of the bridges. That is no longer going to hold now because events have overtaken. The whole idea was for us to concentrate on the diversion plans that we have from Costain, so that the articulated trucks will take the ground level, go through Costain, while we find exactly how to change the bearings at axis 20, 21, and 48. So that's a problem that we had before this incident. This that happened today was clearly avoidable. Clearly avoidable. And we've said it times and times again. The bridges are not places where you store explosives, chemicals. The people that live under the bridge, you don't even know them. You have containers stored in there. Nobody can identify who is who. And so accessibility has been key towards combating this fire. It's difficult to control from either side. If you go up there, you will see that even the trucks, the engine trucks, cannot even get in. Everywhere is clogged up. It looks like we have actually done this to ourselves. We have heaped this on ourselves. And what that does, the Commissioner for Transport was speaking about the reduced network. Because what this will do, it has reduced network, the length of the network that is available that commuters can travel. So traffic, we will all suffer this.
We are appealing to people to stay away from inhaling these black soot in the air. We're also appealing to onlookers for their safety, even for the integrity of where we stand on. Please stay away. And the other thing is, in Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency and Ministry of Environment, you need to have a certificate to accredit you to store inflammable chemicals. There's a Department of Chemical and Hazardous Material Management. we will never in Lagos State have approved for anyone to store hazardous material in an environment that is not conducive, talk less of under the bridge. Please, general public, note that we will start monitoring around for storage of chemicals and hazardous materials.
So let's talk about this
Apongbon is usually a beehive of activities where market men and women sell their goods. Traders have been asked to stop the storage of carbonated drinks at unapproved location to prevent such incident. The Apongbon section of the Eko Bridge has now been added to the list of other federal government infrastructure that needs repair in Lagos State.
Welcome back. Following the inferno on the Apongbon axis of the Eko Bridge, the Lagos State government has since shut the bridge, diverting traffic for the safety of motorists. The next report examines the impact of this decision on the alternative routes and the response of traders to the ultimatum given to them to vacate the area.
It's days after the base of Apongbon-End of Eko Bridge was gutted by fire, leaving in its wake wanton destruction, heaps of debris and commodity ruins. The loss is unquantifiable. Already some traders who have stores under the bridge have started moving what is left of their place of business, following an ultimatum given to them to vacate the area. The partial closure is to allow relevant authorities carry out an inspection of the affected part of the bridge. Following this disaster, an eviction notice of 7 days has been issued to the traders. A call, this woman says, will exacerbate the pain of their losses.
Before they got here early in the morning, everything is gone. So we are just appealing to the government to please have mercy on us. There's nowhere to go. We make amendments. We know
Make no mistakes about the level of audacity by the occupants of what should be a reserved area. They say government takes levies from them both at the local and state level.
We are paying all our revenues. We have the receipts that we are paying all the revenues. When we pay to the local government, we pay into the banks. We pay food items, we pay lockups, we pay all the dues every year. Some are even 6 months. It's different revenues. We pay our tax. They come here every year to collect taxes. But still we are under the bridge though. But we pay taxes, we pay revenue. We pay everything.
The Federal Ministry of Works says it is yet to commence an assessment of the obviously damaged section of the bridge to determine its integrity. We're told that the heat has to simmer because the iron rod and the concrete have expanded after being subjected to intense heat. Commuters whose business calls are in and around this vicinity are already having a piece of the bitter pill, as traffic has been diverted, consequent upon the closure of the affected portion. Hours of gridlock occasioned by the influx into alternative routes force many to walk long distances to the point where they can't board commercial motorcycles and buses to their destinations.
Normally within 15-20 minutes, I also have gotten to my destination. Well, I'm spending about 2 hours now. But they are trying. I can see their work. I commend them.
It's terrible, and it's not even controlled, because I've been here over 45 minutes now, and nothing is happening. I think they should find solution to this thing. It's getting on us.
Highlighting the alternative routes, the Lagos State Commissioner for Transport, in a statement, advised motorists heading towards Apongbon from Surulere and its environs to use Ijora-Apapa route or Leventis UBA roundabout to connect Marina and their desired destinations. Motorists to use Ebutero to link Inner Marina and Third Mainland Bridge to continue their journeys. Following the evacuation notice, the traders have taken to the streets to object it, saying it will cause only more hardship to them. About 5 days after the fire, the governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, visits the site. One of his objectives here is to persuade the traders who have been protesting the evacuation quick notice to understand the essence for it.
It's really for the Federal Ministry of Works, who are the owners of these assets, to come back to us and see how we can work together collaboratively. But I want to assure you that we'll do everything to ensure that normalcy is restored as soon as possible. But that is, we'll need to wait for the experts to see what level of improvement or rehabilitation has to happen on the bridge. Let me re-emphasize again that all of the traders, I've seen all their signposts. It's unfortunate, they refuse to take care of public assets, and all of the things that were happening under this bridge is totally unacceptable. Between the last 2 years and now, we've had 8 fire incidents in our various bridges. Government is not about making life any more difficult for its citizens. That's not the plan. But it's for the citizens to know that their commerce and their activity needs to be done in proper markets, in places that have been designated as proper markets. I will work with the special advisor, CBD, and the local government chairman. I will see how we bring forward representative of the traders, and we can both identify where we can reallocate or relocate them to very, very, very quickly. And these are some of the things that we're going to do to ensure that they do not miss their source of livelihood. But to go back to how it's been done is to mean that we're being reckless, because we cannot be assured of the safety, of this bridge, if we have to take them back there. And so we'll go to Obalende as well, and we're also going to repeat the same thing. It's about time in which we need to get people off under the bridges. Because once it happens, once things like this happen, it affects everyone. It affects the entire economy of Lagos, and that is certainly not acceptable.
By the 31st of March 2022, activities around bridges in Lagos are expected to cease. In recent past, directives like this have been issued following similar incidents. But no sooner that evacuation happens, human activity resumes. This time, will government enforce its own laws? Is this the beginning of the end to trading and business ventures in unauthorized locations across the metropolis? When a repair schedule is announced, will it take a toll on commuting? The answers are in the near future, and one can only wait.
With your smartphone, you have the opportunity of being an eyewitness reporter on this program. Your pictures and videos of happenings around you can tell a story that could attract developmental changes to your community. Capture those moments and upload them on our Eyewitness portal on the Channels TV app, which you can download from the various app stores online. And let's take it up from there. Here are some of the pictures sent in for the week.
This segment of the program begins with a video of a group of young men, herein referred to as miscreants, who appear to be extorting money from a commercial motorcycle operator, popularly called Okada, in the Surulere area of Lagos State. The Eyewitness says it is possible to tackle the activities of these miscreants, who are almost everywhere in the metropolis. In the next video, also from Lagos, a woman narrates a sad experience of how a shop was burgled in Ifako-Ijaye. She laments as she captures the remains of her shop after thieves broke in and stole everything she used to run her POS business, as well as phones and the accessories. The Eyewitness reporter decries the rising cases of shop burgling in the area and called on the State Police Command to increase the presence of its personnel in the area.
Serious fire incident at the turning point at that Lotto bus stop.
An explosion of a fuel-laden tanker at the Lotto junction MAYOWA axis of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway makes the final take on this segment. The incident occurred in the late hours of Sunday, March 27.
Towards Lagos, the road is completely blocked.
Thanks for sending those images. That's it on this edition of the program. Thanks for watching and see you again next week. I am Yomi Otaibe.